Should I repeat then?
Start? Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I'm playing Azimuth. He's a hunter, and he's a ex-cop and a private eye, and yeah, he's you could say he's a lefty. He he has the goal is to stick it to the man, so and help the unfortunate people. So that's him.
Nice. That sounds good. All right. Which player? What did you say it was? Sorry.
Me?
Yeah.
Hunter.
Hunter. Right. Good. I like hunters. They're very focused flavor.
No, I'm looking forward to. I've never played them, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting.
Oh, indeed. All right. So if we go by Roll20 order, I believe Guri would be next.
Okay. I'm Vix. Vix is a driver. She's a former member of organized crime. Hang on, my push talk is being stupid.
Yeah. Roman Jax, your audio sounds really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I just bought it, so I can't really take credit. It's not like your character's very audio is good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you guys get any feedback or anything from my end, just let me know, and I'll poke at stuff.
Okay, I've turned it on to voice sensitivity now.
Okay, great.
Okay, where was I?
Oh yeah, so you are the driver, right?
Right, so Vix is a driver. She used to be a member of an organized crime syndicate, and now she's freelance.
Nice.
Her motivations are she wants to get money and influence and power because she has pretty powerful enemies, and she wants to be ready for them.
Oh yeah, always be ready. In the Sprawl, always be ready. So that's excellent. Alright, so we have Azimuth, our hunter. Guri, what's your character's name?
My character's name is Vix.
Vix, right. Yeah, I miss things sometimes, so like sometimes I'll ask you guys for things that you told me already. That's my fault. That's on me.
No problem.
Alright. Vix is driver. And we have a hunter who is Azimuth. And we have Comateer. What did you tell us about your person?
I'm playing Katarina Snitch Navarro. She's a reporter for Omni News Network. She's got kind of a vendetta against them, mostly because she, found out when she was working there that they were doing surveillance. They're doing surveillance on pretty much everybody, but especially their own workers, trying to keep tabs on them and her to do her job properly, which she's very proud to do. But despite the vendetta, she kind of begrudgingly works there and begrudgingly does her job because she really loves being a reporter, and there really isn't any choice but to do reporting when there's only one major news network. If you want to get your news out there, kind of have to. So.
Yeah, indeed. Reporters are a necessary thing. And especially in this Sprawl where you have information being such a commodity, it's to the point where information itself can be weaponized. Which is what happened in the video that I shared with you guys. Is they were implanting false information, for malicious ends. So it's like you're basically weaponizing information. So in an environment like that, having a good reporter is something that the Sprawl needs.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't take any kind of bullshit. She doesn't, she's pretty much like, she'll be the first in the room, cornering the guy that we're trying to get the information out of, shoving a mic in his face. He's making sure she's recording. She's got glasses that record visual, and she's got cyber ears that record any kind of audio. So, essentially, there's liability things if people want to do anything, it's going to be on video, and they're going to get, if they don't care about getting shit for it, then that's one thing. But most people at least have a little bit of to keep doing what they're doing, and getting exposed for that. A bit of a hindrance on that.
Can you tell me a little bit about the clocks that you have? I'm looking at the book now because I was supposed to look this over earlier. But I think do you start with a story in mind, or do you discover one?
Sure, it starts with discovering. Like I'll gather evidence to break the story, and that pushes the story clock forward, or the noise clock forward. Anything specifically about starting anything with either story or noise clock.
All right, cool. There is a story to be discovered, so keep your eyes out for that. All right, let's do the links. Now, the links is set up to do two things simultaneously, and that is to advance the corporate clocks and give you guys the ability to help each other. So it's kind of a good and bad, which is how every single thing in the Sprawl goes. So like on a 7 to 9, oh, 1 second. Oi, I hear. Yeah, so like for most moves, you'll find that on 7 to 9 you have a benefit and a disadvantage. So those two things work in tandem. So with the links, the benefit is you get links on each other. The disadvantage is that the corporate clocks go up. So let's just do over the links just to make sure I have the clock set correctly. And you guys can just confirm what links you have on each other and so on. So let's do the hunter. What was your mission?
I was not first, but anyway, I did a mission against what was the name? Did you remove them? It looks like you removed that corp.
Oh right, that corporation was the real estate one.
Yes.
Okay.
So put it back.
All right, let me put that back for you. 1 second. I think that's why.
That was the player that left.
Right.
But so I had already made that for that copy. So let's just assume that one of the other the mining corp is not active then.
Yeah, I'll take off the mining corp because it's supposed to be number of players plus 1. Because the GM also gets 1. So that's why I removed his corp. So 1 second.
Was something consolidated, something.
The development incorporated?
I'll be right back.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so you had a mission against them.
Yeah, so they had this community that where there was a polio epidemic spreading, but the leaders did not want people to leave, so they just denied that there was a polio epidemic. And there was this guy who was pregnant, and he didn't want to give birth there, so he contacted me, and I somehow got him out. I actually blackmailed the main guy to give us access, and I just went in and picked him out. Apparently he had been part of another community and didn't want that to get out.
Excellent. Alright, so you start the clock, which means you don't advance it or anything. The clock now becomes a thing for you guys. And the person to your left, which was, who was it?
That'll be combat.
Okay, great. So combat will automatically...
Oh, no, sorry. That would have been Guri. Yes, sorry.
Okay, great.
Guri is to my left.
Alright, so Guri would automatically have been involved, and Guri gets a link on you. Because
Yes.
think of it this way: she helped you out with your mission, so now you owe her.
Yeah. So she
Bruce?
put +1 azimuth in her sheet.
Yeah, that's it.
Good.
And the corporate clock goes up by 1. So that's the relationship there. Multi-sided, choose.
But you didn't advance the corporate clock.
Yeah, my clicky thing is problematic. God damn it. Something's wrong with it. Alright, I'll advance it in a sec. Combateer, were you also involved in that job? You have the option to do that. To get a link on Azimuth, if you want.
Yeah. So involved because I was trying to break a story on the polio epidemic, so I was undercover community and kind of got in too deep a little bit. Wasn't really able to like find an out. Wasn't really able to like browse. And Azimuth came in. We had recognized each other before because I had hired him to kind of track somebody down for a previous story that was just kind of like an average every day. But in this case, when we recognized each other, I kind of saw like, okay, maybe I can use him to get out of here, and ended up helping him gather some information, kind of sniff out some leads, and you know, find the person he was looking to find and the information he was looking to find.
All right, excellent.
He in turn helped me get out.
This one, I think you have to choose side when you right-click the token. And
I am doing that, which is how I had advanced it before, but it's not responding for some reason. I don't know why. It must be a Roll20.
maybe you put the text on top. Then maybe it. I don't know. Could that be it? It's on another layer. I don't know.
No, because I'm trying it here with the others.
Oh yeah, I see. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's not letting me choose sides. I don't know why. Alright, I'll keep poking at that.
Yep. Okay, so then, but Vix was also on it. She has to partake, and maybe she was the contact in the other community with the rockabillys and the hot rods, and she got me the information in that community. Right, Vix?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. So the first community, they were emos, and the second were rockabillys. Oh, now it's too high. You're rolling.
It's the only thing that it is allowing me to do. To choose a
That's
random
strange.
side. It's not allowing
That's
me
really strange.
Yeah. Like, I don't even have access to the rollable table itself, which is weird.
Did you delete one of the pictures, maybe? No.
No, they're there.
Can you change? Oh, no, that's. Can you change for the other ones? Or are those also locked out?
Yeah, I guess you could just keep rolling. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Just keep rolling until I got to 2.
Oh, that's the right one. If you click any of the other clocks you have, like, can you do that with any of the other ones?
Nah, I even pulled a new one on and it still didn't do anything. Is it a problem with my push to talk button? Although that shouldn't be the case. Oh well, never mind. Alright, so consolidated is 2. And who's... Okay, Guri, so you would have the next mission. And which corporation was your mission against?
Okay, mine was against Vision ULE, the urban law enforcement.
Okay, cool.
It was a highway smash and grab to pull a prisoner out of a prison transport, and the complication that happened was that Azimuth's character, or Jax's character Azimuth, showed up and tried to arrest us all. So
Yeah.
it took us long enough to get rid of him that the ULE drones showed up, and we had to have a gunfight to get out.
Alright, cool. So,
Yeah,
who was...
I shot off your mate's finger, I think.
Wow, nice. Did you meet him
Yeah.
again?
No, he's not made me. He shot off the other guys.
Alright, so Combateur, I think you would now be left of Vision. You would now be left of Guri, so you would automatically be involved.
Yeah, I don't think Snitch was like directly involved with what happened, but she was there on the scene, getting footage for the story, and she was filming the car chase from the helicopter, flying over top of it, and then when she handed it over to ONN, they edited it down to make like a really bad, just incompetent driver, and I didn't think that was cool. So I gave her the unedited footage so that she could have it at least to enjoy.
Alright, cool, that's great. Alright, so so Vision goes to 1500. Azimuth, were you involved in that?
Yes, I was. I was the cop trying to stop them.
Alright, great. So then
Yes.
this will also go to 1800, yeah. And
Yes.
you guys will both have links with Guri.
Okay.
Choose side. Yep, nothing. Ah, there we go. And our last links mission would be Combateur.
So mine is against the company that I'm employed by, ONN.
Nice.
The pilot for the station, who's a good friend of Snitch's, like saying like, hey, isn't it weird that we're always at these events before they happen, or like right as they happen? And it was one of those that you just kind of blew it off until one time there was a terrorist incident in a bridge, and we flew out to shoot it, and happened while we were there, and we were told, hey, this bridge just got bombed, can you go get the footage? And when the explosion happens right when we're there, and that's the footage they want, it's definitely a little weird. So we actually start looking into it, and Crass finds that a lot of information on him on me, on, essentially we're finding that there's information on hundreds of thousands of people that they have. And a lot of times they're not doing anything about crimes that are going to happen, even though they have the information that the crime is going to happen, because the crime happening is a better story. So I blew the whistle on it, and they weren't too happy about it, but they managed to PR their way into mostly the good graces of the public again. Essentially just say that they're doing it for everybody's protection, and they can't stop everything before it happens, and blah blah, corporate yada yada.
Cool. All right. So Azimuth would be in on that with you.
Yes, but I don't see where I would come in, but I'm in there somewhere. I don't know. Do you have a good place my character could assist you?
I think maybe because you're kind of like a private eye type person, maybe this is the job that got us to know each other for years. So maybe I found you and I was like, hey, can you help me do this investigation? I need somebody that's outside. And maybe you were lying low enough and not really well known enough for them to have a ton of dirt or a ton of info on you. So you were a good candidate for getting in there and getting some information for me.
Okay, so just for the timeline, when I was in on the job with the Vision, I was a policeman there. So after that, I must have become a PI, and then we met. And then probably in the end, we did the one with getting that emo guy out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. And was Vix involved in that one against Omni?
No, I was not.
All right, cool. I don't have to roll the thing.
That's cool.
All right. So let's get straight into it. What would you guys normally be doing on your day off? Now, it's you guys are not required to spend time with each other. So you don't have to be friends. So on a day off, a lot of the times you'll find that the operatives will be doing different things. They'll be into their own thing. So what would each of you be up to? Or do you spend time together? That's kind of up to you guys to decide.
I would spend any time with them. I think she would probably use them to, when she needs a driver, or when she needs someone to track someone down, or both of them when she needs both. And she knows them well enough to be able to call on them. But as far as just going out to or whatever, she probably doesn't really do any of that. Most of her free time is just if she's not at work, she's at home, doing research and essentially never stops working.
Cool. All right, so that's good. Azimuth, what would you be doing on your day off? Would you be in your office doing case paperwork or something, or out on a case or something?
Azimuth, he would. He's at Rose's Sandwich, and he's having a vat-grown Reuben sandwich.
Nice.
And he's reading about the Cabal, or what's it called, the Kabbalah.
Ah, yeah.
Because one of his before he left the force, he had this case with the pepper that was spreading the drug.
Yeah.
And one of the side effects was that people could go into a homicidal rage. And one of the dealers had gone in complete berserk mode and killed many people, and when they never got him. So it's like a cold case he's working on. But when they got to his lair, he had Cabal stuff over everywhere in his apartment or the place he was.
Nice.
So it's like a cold case. He's working on that.
Okay.
Cool.
You should talk to me about that after the game. That might tie into my backstory stuff.
Cool. So, Vix, what would you be up to?
I am in a dive bar full of dangerous criminals, and I'm hustling pool.
Nice. So I think we'll start with Vix, and so you're hustling pool and you're doing pretty well. You know, this is a thing you do. It's
Nice.
like I don't know, maybe it kind of comes close to the adrenaline rush you get from driving. It's one of the things you do where you kind of like to be involved in things that are on the edge. And you realize that there's this guy who's just observing you, and he doesn't look like he belongs in that dive bar. He's dressed a little too well for it. His hair is some synthetic thing that you know is just for looks, like it doesn't serve a function. Like this guy had the money to spare to do cosmetics on himself.
Okay.
He has one cyber eye, which is not for cosmetics. That one is for like it's for function. It has probably recording, satellite uplink, that kind of thing. And he's observing you. So how would you what would you do when you realize that you're being watched like that?
Well, I don't want to throw off my mark, so I'm going to keep playing the game. And then at the end of this current round, I'm going to go up to him and I just say, the show's not free, and if you want to record, you're going to have to pay.
He says, isn't that usually the case?
Around here, always.
He says, well, I do have something in mind for you that does involve payment. But I'd rather discuss it in a little bit more of a private setting.
I'm listening.
He gives a nod to the bartender. The bartender kind of acknowledges him, and you can see the bartender pushes a button, and one of the panels on the side of the bar opens up, and it's a hidden room. You know, it's like a back room where they have the really high stakes poker games, that kind of thing. And
Okay.
like they have like a private owners club where some really freaky shit goes down. And so he just turns and he walks in there, and the door is open because he just kind of expects that you're going to follow him. He doesn't even watch to confirm. He walks in, and it's like a long hallway, and there's doors to the left and right, and each door has like something going on. It's either a poker game or some kind of Russian roulette situation or some kind of fetish thing. He goes to one of the booths and goes inside and sits down. And this booth it's a poker table. It's like a card table, and he just sits down there because he's basically just using the room as a meeting room.
Okay, I sit down across from him.
Right. So he says, there's a job that we need done.
Who is we?
He stops and he says, we are the ones who will pay for that job to be done. That's all you need to know right now. There's a person.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he says, there's a person who has been useful to us, but her usefulness has come to an end. And the only thing that's left is that she's now a liability. because of what she's done, because of her knowledge of what she's done, and we need to eliminate that liability.
Sorry, pal, I don't do hits.
Sorry, I didn't understand that last one.
I said, sorry, pal, I don't do hits.
You don't do hits, but you do drive. And we need
That's right.
someone. We need this person taken out. And the only way that can be done is in transit. That's why I'm speaking to you now. If you were not useful, then I would be speaking to someone else.
Okay.
He says, you can gather your crew if you want, but keep it small. This has to be done very quickly and very quietly. The people who have her are going to keep her very well secured. She just completed a mission. So they have her at a temporary location, but they are going to be moving her in a very short space of time to a more secure location, and we need to get her out of the picture before she is brought to that secondary location.
Okay.
We do believe that it's going to be a standard road convoy. We're not certain of the route as yet. That's something that you're going to have to figure out. And once you find their route, you're going to have to intercept and maintain engagement until that job is done. Until your people can get her dealt with. Can you handle that?
I can handle anything.
Alright. So now they're going to get into the part of it where usually what would happen is you'd start to begin talking about how much this is going to pay. So this brings up.
Sorry, can I cut you off there?
Yeah.
Hello, sorry.
Yeah.
So this job is a hit.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. So Azimuth will not take a hit unless he knew the target was like a really high criminal, like a violent criminal or something like that. So
this person, like anyone you meet or interact with in the Sprawl, is not civilian. So
yes, yeah, but he won't do hits.
So like,
he would do other stuff. Yeah, he will not do hits. There's no way he would. He would just do like a mass murderer or like a crazed individual. Everyone is a criminal, but that does not mean Azimuth would go kill him.
To know this interaction doesn't give you information about the target.
I know, but when the information gets to Azimuth, he will turn down the job. I'm just telling you this metagame.
Oh,
Would you be okay with taking the job and then double crossing the mark?
That would be if there is a clear way to do that, like. But if it's like just a hit, if there's enough information that that's possible, he might do that. But that doesn't seem the case here. Multiple times the agent said you have to be taken out before taken out. So
the problem with that is that you will never get that information. Even if I change the mission, that's not information you will get.
Yeah, but then he won't. He would just participate in the next mission.
Would he participate if it was never ever implied this would be a hit? As far as Azimuth knew, anyway. If it was never implied that this would be a hit, if it was just like a
he
grab
would
and go
do. Yeah. But if it came out that it was a hit, then he would never work with these people again. So
That is
'Cause, like,
something I
snitch-
don't know what to do with.
You could make
But
the
also-
target a bad person, like put into the story that this person has a really bad background and it's publicly known or easily attainable that it's a bad person. Azimuth would not go
You
after.
will have to get that information during legwork. So like you will never get that information during the get the job phase. That will not happen.
Okay.
Because you don't even get to know who you work for unless you roll well on the get the job.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I would
that's
say-
why he generally does not take hits. He generally does not take hits unless it is clear that the guy that's gonna die is like a rapist or a mass murderer or like a bigot or a racist. Then he would take the job. Some random guy, he leaves that to the Sprawl.
So what would happen there then is if Vix is aware of that, she would have to turn down the job. Or because I mean meta wise, she doesn't have a replacement for you here.
that
Okay,
Yes,
so
could.
go ahead.
whoever's proposing this job, like whether it's Vix proposing the job to Azimuth or whether it's like a different contact proposing the job, probably knows that Azimuth is like straight and narrow and he's not going to take the job because they probably also know that about Katarina. She's not going to take a job that involves having to kill somebody. She, though, if she didn't, you know, she would take the job.
That
if
was
she didn't
also
know.
exactly the first thing Vic said was also I don't do hits. so this is maybe not our job.
Yeah, so Vix you would have to turn that down.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said you would have to turn down the job then.
Okay, I turned down the job.
Alright, so he just says okay and you can head out.
Okay.
Snitch
So that was that episode.
Well, it was short.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first episode of this anime is just, nope, don't want to do it. Sorry, bye.
Yep.
Oh, that happens. What was it? A coffee house?
What I was? Or what did you play? There was a Rose's sandwich.
Okay. So you would get hunter, detective. How would this person reach you? Or like why would this person reach you? Hunter is a detective. Do you have a secretary?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Or like an answering service or something. What cyberware do you have?
I have the chips where you can put in like cartridges and get better and stuff. That stuff.
Alright. Alright, well yeah, that's cool. Aside from that, you would of course have the basic stuff. Like we mentioned, you know, everyone has a smartphone, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So you have access to your mail, that kind of thing. You would get a message that you have a prospective client who wants to meet you. So like you do have like an office, like a private detective office where you see clients, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I do have, but it's seldom used. But yeah, I do have.
Alright. So it's someone who wants to get something done, and they send an email to you asking for an appointment.
No more information than that.
Well,
Just want something done.
it's not the kind of the meeting that they're asking for is to explain all that then. So it's like they wouldn't say all that unless they're sure they're talking to the right person, that kind of thing.
Okay, so just a request for a meeting.
Yeah.
And is there a location?
No, they're asking to they're speaking. It's basically like calling up a detective agency. It's like
Okay,
kind of coming.
I'm gonna suggest like area where there is um, a strong Eritrean presence, restaurant in a Eritrean part of town.
I'm not. What's the word? Eritrean?
Yeah, Eritrea.
Could you spell it for me? I don't know that one.
Yeah, one moment. Uh,
Yeah.
wait.
So she'll say, of course, yeah, no problem, and she'll come and meet you there.
Okay, I send a memo to Vix that I'm gonna have a meeting with some strange guy.
So you don't normally do like jobs for the public in general, because that's what this is. It's just someone looking for a detective.
Yes, but I'm suspicious.
Okay.
So I
Yeah, just
send
wanted to make sure because yeah, that's
I send
measures.
Vix a message that I need backup. I'm gonna be at this um, uh, restaurant, and maybe she could just blend in and watch my back. It's a potential client.
Okay. I send you a text back.
All right, cool. So you are at the restaurant, and this person arrives on time, and so what she says is, it's an older woman, probably about 47. I'm gonna say, middle class. I know there isn't really a middle class in Sprawl, but you know she's not the lower end of the spectrum.
Okay.
Um, she comes in. She's wearing like a normal trench coat. She has a purse, blonde hair, glasses, that kind of thing. And she's looking around for you. Would she recognize you? Like that's why I was wondering if you have an office or if you advertise your like services. So like how would she know that you were a detective then?
Well, I don't advertise either. It's just people that work with me who spread the word, and
All right. So
and that's how it works.
all right.
Can I have a moment? I'm gonna change my sound. One moment.
Sure.
So where is this meeting?
It's in a restaurant. Um, South African themed. Pretty normal enough place. Not seedy.
Okay, I'll be seated at the bar.
Cool. This actually looks pretty better. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes.
All right, great. So you see this woman come in, and she's obviously like never done this kind of thing before. She's She's wearing the trench coat. She's wearing like a handkerchief over her hair. She's got dark glasses on, and she's looking around. It's like she's trying to be in disguise, but this person has never done that before, and she's like even more conspicuous because she's trying to do that. She comes in, she sits down at her table, and she picks up her phone, and you see her type something, and then you receive an email says that she is here. So it's like she just sent it to you to say, well, she's here and she's waiting at the police.
So I'll probably go over to her table and say, does she know that I'm called Azimuth? She must know that, or because I have a private eye.
Yeah.
I don't know, what name did she use when she contacted me?
Okay, let's give her a name. Let's call her... Ow. Mrs. Gloria. How do I spell this? She didn't even mention her name, but like that's her email, so like her name.
Okay, so I present myself as Azimuth. Hello, this is Charleston.
She looks up
I'm
at you.
Azimuth.
Yeah, she looks up at you in surprise. In surprise that you knew her name, and it's like, wow, you are good.
I make a small smile. And is there a move in the Sprawl to like read a person, something like that?
Assess.
Assess. Yes. Which one? Which does that go off on? Which stat?
It goes off of edge. Yeah, that's it. Assess is for studying
Assess.
a person, place, or situation. So it's definitely assess. So that's edge.
Okay, I'm gonna roll assess. Unless you think we just want to get the job part. If it's okay with
You
the
can.
GM to roll assess.
Oh yeah, you can. That's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you roll
Okay.
badly, I get to do something. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yes, I
exactly
know.
turn you
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Here's where he starts rubbing his hands together menacingly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm getting an error. Why am I getting an error? Cannot call method on dialog prior to initiation. Attempt to call method destroy. Oh,
Huh?
it's not rolling. It's not rolling. Edge. I'm just gonna do it. It's 2d6 plus 2, right?
Yeah, 2d6 plus whatever your edge is. Yeah.
Whoa!
Well,
I guess you get to do something. That's the absolute.
I'm just testing your sheet.
That's the absolute worst roll
Oh,
possible
no.
in the game.
That's fantastic.
roll the character sheet just to see if it works because he was having an error. So
Yeah, so like something's probably wrong in the background of either this instance or in Roll20 in general. So we'll just have to kind of.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna roll again just to see that it does actually roll. But this is my roll. This is the actual roll.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. That wasn't much better. Okay, I rolled a 4, so I assess really bad. At least I assess really bad. But something else gonna happen also. I'm gonna slip on some Eritrean food and hit my head or something. Oh no, I'm gonna try to like be real cool.
No, it doesn't.
Put my hand in like.
So just to let you guys know, my style, my MC style, I'm not on board with that kind of clown shoes butterfingers thing. It's
Okay, cool.
yeah. Even on a miss, you still get something because I mean, let's be honest. You guys are professionals. You guys have done missions before. You guys have survived this long. You have some basic level of skill. So on a miss, you won't do something stupid like shoot yourself or anything like that. That's just not. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yes.
So you will get some information even on a miss. For an assess, for instance, you will still get some information. However, there will also be some consequences, which will become obvious because I can't change this damn thing. But anyway, so this woman, she is deathly scared. Like even when you walked up and you started speaking, you realized that she interrupted you. It's because she's very jumpy. That's one of the things you notice. She she's scared, but she's not scared for herself. She thinks that being here and talking to you is scary because she thinks of it as that she's in the seedy underbelly now and she's probably gonna get shot any moment or something. But it's not herself that she's afraid for. But she is genuine. It's like this person could not be faking this at all.
Okay. Well, I asked if I can sit down.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you sit down, she pulls out a photograph, and the photograph is of this young girl, and she says Mr. Does Azimuth have a last name, or is it just like Azimuth? Is it like a code name or something?
Azimuth, he presents himself as Azimuth because he doesn't want to spread his
Yeah.
real name around. So he just, Mr. Azimuth would be okay.
Yeah, cool. So she says, Mr. Azimuth, a friend of mine told me that you do detective work, and I'm really hoping that you could help me. You're my last resort. Like the police won't help. No one seems to know what happened. And she's clutching this photo of this young girl. When I say young, the girl is probably like 20. What was the age I mentioned?
You did not mention age, I think. Just a young girl.
Out of character, this girl is Nami from the other game.
Okay. The one. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So she's like 21 or something, I think it is. So still young, kind of a new adult, a young adult. And she says that Nami has she's been off working somewhere in like some factory. Like the mother believes that Nami has been working in a factory. But Nami always calls, and Nami is always in contact and always sends money and that sort of thing. But last week, contact just cut off all of a sudden. It's like she didn't call, she didn't write, she didn't send anything. The person called up at the job and not the job, at the place where they were staying, and which she has been able to do before. She knows where the girl used to stay. She called up the hotel or motel or whatever, and no answer at all. And it's as if Nami has disappeared. And she's been very, very worried. She's talked to the police. Police can't do anything because because they're the police. And,
yeah. He nods. He nods when she says that.
Yeah, and she says that she doesn't know what to do.
Well, yes, Miss Charleston, I will definitely look into this. And I take the photo and roll get the job, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's Edge also, right? If I remember.
I believe so, yes.
So I've been watching this from the distance. And I just send you a text with a big $sign.
Yes. So yeah, that's the point. We discussed the price in the role. So I am discussing the price with her, but it's all taken care of in the role I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So let's hope I have rolled all my bad rolls.
Oh yeah. Oh, not bad. 7.
Oh, it's 8. Okay.
8,
7.
8,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
My mistake.
It's 8. It's 8. Yeah. So yeah, let me get that moves here. Getting did not help. Fast talk. Hard.
So you choose one from your list below. You get intel, or gear, or the job pays well, or the meeting doesn't attract attention, or the employer is identifiable.
Ah, yeah, found it here. Yeah. So I really like gear,
Yeah.
but I think this is a kind of job where we should not attract attention. And I can choose here. I don't need to consult my
Yeah, you
because
can.
I'm rolling. Yeah, but can I consult them?
Yeah, you can.
Would you? Okay. So guys, what do you think? So we
I'm
have
fine with it not attracting attention. That
yes.
sounds
Okay.
fine.
Yes. And Vix.
That's fine with me.
Yes. So that's what we're going with.
All right, good. Which is cool because none of the others would make sense. This woman isn't rich, so she cannot really pay well.
Yeah.
She doesn't have much information to go on. She doesn't have any useful assets, so that makes sense.
Cool.
The job.
I think
Yeah. So she says she'll pay what she needs to, and she offers you the amount. The
Yes.
amount which she has been able to gather up, which is the standard fee. So that's 2 cred. Sorry, not 2 cred. 2 times the investment for each of you.
Yes. Okay.
Alright, so at this point, you guys will decide how much you are staking.
Yeah, I'm staking 2 cred. Yes, let's go. Oh, yeah, I don't know. What? 1 or 2. I'm gonna roll dice. I can't decide. I'm gonna stake 2 cred.
Nice.
I'm just going to stake 1 cred.
What are the rules for this?
Snitch.
So what you have 5 cred. Everyone starts with 5 cred. You decide how many creds you're gonna use on this job, and you get double the amount back. However, you can only stake 1, 2, or 3. If you choose 3, that will actually attract attention. So that's normally suggested to choose 1 or 2, but it's up to you how much you want to stake on the job. And that money goes away from your credits, so you will have less money to actually do the job. So now that you're at 5, maybe it shouldn't be so much you should stake, because then you will have less to actually use on the job. So yeah, it's like
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I do too.
Alright, excellent. Alright. So you guys have the girl's picture. You guys have the her name. You guys have the address where she lives. The mother would give that to you. And so she says, well, just find her, make sure she's safe. So let me just see what mission directors would cover that. In the meantime, you guys can discuss like how you would go about finding this person.
Do we know her employer? Or the person she said was her employer?
Yeah, so it would be like some factory. It would be like a factory that makes watches, I think.
Okay.
And you know where the factory is, that kind of thing.
Just a quick thing. I just checked on the Roll20 Twitter, and it looks like they were down for a bit of maintenance. Like, not down, but features for a short time. So, like, the token editing and all that should be back up now, at least according to what they said. So, if you want to try that and see if it works now. And that was also apparently why we were getting the errors for the.
Okay.
In the Sprawl, timing is everything. What I'll do is I'll refresh my browser page in a second. So, and then I'll
Okay, thank you.
Mark 1 XP. Locate. Alright, so those are your mission directives. So you guys have gotten the job, so you guys get 1 XP so far. When you locate Nami, you mark 1 XP. When Nami is safe, you mark 1 XP. And when the mission ends, you mark 2 XP, sorry. When the mission ends, you always mark 2.
Okay, so we got her address, I assume, where she was staying.
Yeah.
And I also asked her if she knew any friends or anyone she had ever talked about. Can I ask Miss
Yes.
Carlson that?
Yes. She does mention that Nami mentioned a guy who she met, who was named Piper, that she thought was really cute, and that kind of thing. So, you know the guy's name? It's Piper something. Roddy Piper.
Okay. So I could try to do some research, like the hunter move.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tell me about that. What it entails.
Yeah, I'm not that sure. It's the first time. Ear to the ground. You have a knack for loosening lips and picking up information. When you circulate among the neighborhood or a group of people, you may research to gather information. So I assume.
Right. So that is a very useful move, and let me tell you why.
Yes.
Because in a normal case, you would have to either like hack a computer or go into a library or something to get information or track somebody down. But with your move, you just basically spend time in the neighborhood listening to gossip. You go to the hot dog stand, you listen to what people are talking about around the water cooler, that kind of thing, and you pick up information just naturally. So that's a very good move. So,
Yes.
So you would say, well, you take a walk around town, listen to
Exactly. I'm like trying the local bars around where she was supposed to live, and maybe even like the local grocery. We don't have that anymore.
Like how I kind of envision it is that all of the buildings, all of your rooms are usually living spaces, like tiny cramped living spaces, but you'll still have people running their little side businesses out of their homes. So that's why, like, on any given street, you walk down the street and there's like stalls on both sides.
Awesome. Yeah, I talked to them.
Yeah.
Like Did you see a girl here? She's really nice, and uh, did she come by? What did she? I also ask her what she normally eats before. Or maybe this. Okay, I don't know. Can I roll back and ask Miss Carson what's her favorite kind of food? Is it like Chinese or
Yeah, because like for simplicity, you
Mexican?
will have Miss Charleston's phone number. So any information like
Cool.
that, you
Yeah.
can just
Yeah.
call her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. So, what kind of food? I'll decide. She's into burgers. She's really
Nice.
like burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I check out the local burger joints and try to chat with them and try to pick up information.
So the baseline is that the name does sound familiar. So you're not far off the mark. So let's have the roll and let's see
Yes.
how much
Before
information
I
you can
roll,
glean. Yeah.
I want to initiate my other move on the trail.
Oh,
When
okay.
you want to find someone or something, name your target. When you gain intel, you may note that it concerns your target. When you spend 3 such intel, the MC will describe where your target is. You say how the clues led you to that knowledge and how you have your target or its defenses at a disadvantage.
Oh, it's such a
So
pity you didn't remember that earlier. You could
oh,
have chosen, yeah, because you could have chosen
okay.
Intel
Oh
for
no
get
no,
the job.
I know that, but I
Mm-hmm.
really didn't want to attract attention. I
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
this.
yeah. So,
I
yeah,
choose
so that's
to,
cool.
yeah. Yeah, so I named the target now, and this is yeah. What
Nami
was her name?
Charleston. Yeah,
Nani. Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
You should
So,
remember the
so
main
yeah.
target's name. Yeah.
So it's Nami Charleston.
Nami Charleston. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the main target, and now I'm gonna roll for my first move, ear to ground, and that's research its mind. I remember.
I believe so. Yes.
So that's an
Oh, not bad.
8. Yes, that was fortunate. So getting paid, harm, apply, mix it up, acquire, research.
Yeah.
So when you investigate a person, place, object, or service using some sort of library, dossier, or database, and in my case, people, ask a question from the list and roll my. Okay, should have asked before I roll.
Oh well, either or. I'm fine with you
Okay,
asking now.
on a hit, take intel. So I get 1 intel,
Yeah.
and this goes towards my other move.
Yeah.
The MC will answer your question. On 10 plus, the answer on a 10 plus, the answer your question generously and answer a follow-up question as well. Okay, so I get to choose.
Yeah.
Okay, where would I find? That would be where would I find? Not that where is she? That
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
or
Yeah. That's cool.
because if I ask where would I find, then the mission would be over. I think maybe.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Only it
actually,
were that easy.
well, actually, it's because if you look at the directives,
hmm?
that kind of gives you a clue as to what is going on here. Because when you locate her, when you find where she is, that's only part of the mission.
Yes. Okay. So I would ask, where would I find Nami Karsten?
All right, great. So Nami is they say that she comes down sometimes to to buy her favorite food, that kind of thing. And a lot of the vendors, they like her because she's a kind person, she's pretty, she makes them laugh, kind of brightens up the place a little bit. But they say that they haven't seen her in about a week. But what they do know is that the last time she was here, she told them that she did remark that from now on she would be coming from the other direction because she would be staying at a different place. And that different place is the building where there it's the building that Ma Cheng's restaurant is located in. So Ma Cheng is the bottom floor, and above on the other floors you have like apartments, that kind of stuff. So she's in that building.
Okay, cool. Yes.
All right. So what are you other guys doing?
I think.
So like just to help, you know where she's supposed to be, so you'll still have to confirm whether she's there or not.
Right.
I would like to try to talk my way into getting into her building. So I'll just go up to the call box and I'll push buttons until I get somebody. And I'll tell them the package.
Cool. It's not that hard to get somebody at all, and you will find. Oh right. You guys can also remember at any time you guys can declare contact, and use that. So that gives you some options. So you do find someone. I think you'll find like there's an old lady who.
One moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. Would you can take one of us with you, if you want, or you can of course just go by yourself. But I think if you have someone with you, you can get help with the links and stuff. It's up to you completely.
Okay. Do you want to come with me?
Yeah, I'll come with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You lead the scene. I'll just help when you need.
Alright, cool. So you push buttons on the call box and someone does answer. Like a couple of people answer. It's mostly like, you know, people who live there. One guy is expecting a pizza delivery. The other woman thinks it's her daughter. So it's like those are the two people that jump out at you.
Okay, so I just get them to let me in.
Yeah, no problem. So like I think it's the guy who is expecting the pizza delivery just kind of lets you in and starts quarreling about how you're late and that kind of thing. But he presses the buzzer and you guys get into the building.
Okay, so I go up to her room, to Nami's room.
Alright, but the thing is you would need to figure out which room is hers though. How would you go about doing that?
Oh, I thought we had her address.
So you know the building she's
No.
in? Yeah, but
We had the other address. We had the one before, not the new.
Oh, okay, alright. So her original address, yeah. Well, you would know the room there. So you go out to Nami's room. And you guys...
No, but that wasn't the other. Where are we now, Vixen? Are we at the Ma Chang restaurant building?
I
Or...
think so.
Yeah, so we don't have the address then.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know exactly which room she's in here.
But
Okay.
the boyfriend's name was what was his name?
Roddy
Piper.
Piper, yeah.
Rod Piper. So maybe I don't think they write the names on the doors there.
Do people
Is it
have
like a
do people have physical mail?
Not for like letters and stuff, no. Like, I mean, there would still be like physical mail for packages, but even then it wouldn't really be a mailbox. It would be like the person comes down and gets it. So like there wouldn't be like a mail thing. But I'm trying to think of what...
May I ask, is this building like very derelict? People are like using drugs in the hallways, or is it like okay standard? Or is it like chickens flying around and I don't know what?
People aren't using drugs in the hallway, but it's close. It's not quite that part of town, but you know, it's near to that part of town. So people are poor. This building is usually a lot. You'll find that in this building it's more a lot of older people, old retired people.
Okay. So I will just go around just to get a feel for the place.
Yeah.
Is there a move for that? I don't know.
Assess. So like
Assess. Awesome.
Yeah, you can assess because that's what you guys are doing. You guys are investigating the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can I assist as well?
Well, I think what we can probably do is let's have let's have Vix do the assess because this. So like it'll be her. This will be her part of it then, and then you
Yeah.
can assist if she needs to.
Yes. Okay. Assess. Don't you mean observe? Is assess a rule? Observe?
Yeah,
can't
assess
find
covers observe. I think closely study.
I can't find that move. Faster. Okay. Anyway, I'm not rolling that. I'm rolling the links move. So
Yeah.
do I roll that first?
Let's see how she does on the assess because you may not need to.
Okay.
So assess is edge, and it's for closely studying a person, place, or situation. It's what you roll when you stake out a place or when you try to sneak in and look around. The move that parallels that is research, where you use a database or library or something, or some kind of.
Oh no, but in this PDF I have, it's called observe. They have changed the name.
Are you sure you have the correct?
Yeah, it says when
version?
you closely study a person, place, or situation, roll edge, and it says observe. So.
Let me get a link for you because I think we need to be using the same PDF.
Good idea. Yes. Do you using the midnight version? Are you doing? I have that one. Is the midnight? You using that one?
Yeah, I'm using midnight, and it's a.
Okay, because I
But
yeah,
what I'm
I
going to
have
give
it
is the
there.
MC sheets. So
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah, I have the link actually. If you go here. There, I put it in the Discord chat, and then download the play sheets for like every playbook, but the first 2 pages are like the moves, and then they're all moves.
Yeah. That's true. I have those already. Yeah, I have them.
Yeah.
Have them somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Carry on.
No, that's cool.
You're going to use most often are the ones that are on page 1. The second page has like get the job and getting paid and produce equipment, declare contact, all that stuff. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
All right.
Often, but still need.
So Guri, you get to choose something there, and in addition to whatever you choose, I'll see what other information I can give you. You don't have to use that now if you don't want to. It gives you hold. So like, all right, let me tell you what you find first of all. The nameplates that you see, not all of them have a name on them. The nameplates that you see are permanent residents. You do know that this person, Nami, is not a permanent resident here. She just moved. So she would be in one of the apartments that does not have a name, that just has a number, because those apartments would be apartments that are rented on a short-term basis. So that does help narrow it down for you. I think you would just need to maybe speak to someone to find out where the pretty girl is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're on page 24, right?
Yeah. In the midnight book.
Yes.
It's that. What you can do, if you can also get the MC sheets as well, that will be better for you because it has all the moves in one place. So there's a link.
Okay, I think I downloaded that. Let me find it.
Yeah, so it's not the playbooks, it's the play sheets.
Okay, let me get that then.
Yeah, and it has all the moves in on one page, so you guys wouldn't have to worry about flipping from page to page. I was actually supposed to remind you guys about that earlier too. Thanks for the link, the snitch.
Okay. So I'm trying to find out where she is.
All right.
And I'm asking people about her.
All right, no problem. So I think it would be
Yeah, I
pretty.
could.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Sorry. Go ahead.
I could do that hunter research thing again. Ears to the ground.
Yeah, let's do that because that's basically what you'd have to do. You'd have to ask,
Yeah,
where this person lives.
exactly. Yeah.
Do I also get to ask one of these questions?
Yeah, you can ask one of those questions at any time. So you can use that hold right now if you want to use it right now, or you can save it and ask it during the mission. So you can use that hold at any time.
Oh yeah, I was also supposed to do something at the start of the mission. Ooh, I'm forgetting this stuff.
Uh huh.
Let's do this. Let's do this research thing first. Who is rolling now? Me or Vix?
Yeah, let's have you roll it, Hunter.
Okay, and this is the hunter move, ears to the ground, right?
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead and roll that one.
Okay, that was good.
All
Hey,
right.
good.
Yeah. So so now I have two intel towards her in that and that other move.
All right, great. This is gonna come in handy actually. All right. So you guys are able to find. So like you find someone who says, well, she lives on the fourth floor, and from the nameplates you know that there's only one apartment up there that doesn't have a permanent resident. So that has to be the one that she's in. It's not a problem for
Okay.
you guys to get in the door. You guys can do that. So you guys get
Hmm.
into her apartment.
Okay. So now I would like to talk about another hunter move I have.
Uh huh.
It's called, and apologize. I didn't remember this. It's new to this. It all fits together.
Uh huh.
You're a master of making connections between seemingly unrelated events. At the start of a mission, roll edge on 10 plus 3 hold, on 7 to 9 1 hold. As you put everything together during the mission, spend 1 hold at any time to ask a question from the research list. So I
Okay.
get
Cool.
like, yeah, so I'm rolling that the one at the start of the mission now.
Yeah. No problem.
So I get 3 of these fits together in hold,
Yeah.
which I can just ask from the research list.
Yeah. At any time.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
So
Cool.
Do those go away after the legwork phase is over, or do they stay for the whole mission?
it does not say. So
It
it
will stay
starts
for the
at the
whole.
mission,
It will stay for the whole
whole
mission.
mission. Yeah.
Yeah, like your whole Guri's whole will also stay for the whole mission because the legwork and the action phase kind of lead into each other. It's all one thing.
Mhm.
It's just 2 clock. It's just covered by 2 clocks, so it won't fade after the legwork.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me tell you what you guys can see from the apartment. You see like a lot of equipment. Most of it is ICT equipment. It's this. You are able to tell that this girl is a hacker. She has an old cyber deck lying around. You assume she's using a newer one by now. Um, Connectors, some electronics, some electronic tools, that kind of thing. She has a computer there, a little notepad, that kind of thing. So this girl is a hacker, and you get the feeling that she's like she bought a brand new stereo, um, the headset. So like she's spending some money that she could not have gotten from the factory. So you guys realize that she's a full-on hacker, and that she must have gotten caught up in some sort of job that went wrong. I mean, at least that's what you would probably think, given the fact that you know that she has disappeared.
Hmm. Okay. So I relay this to Snitch. We found her room, and whole lot of hacker gear set up here. We're gonna take a look now.
Snitch, describe for me your nose first story.
Until like I got to the point where I was. I guess I can do that now. So at the start of the mission, I roll Edge. On a 10 plus, I gain 3 hold. On the 7 and 9, I gain 1 hold. During the mission, I can spend a hold to invoke one of the following effects. Question from the research list. I can take +1 forward when monstering, which is another move that I have. And I can find a piece of evidence that links this mission to a current story, and that starts a story clock linked with a noise clock. And then I can do rolls to gather evidence to further the story or the noise clock if it goes bad.
All right, cool. So let's have that roll, because this is where you are going to get tied in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send you a lot of photos from my mobile phone. I'm gonna take photos and send you, because I sense that this is the kind of stuff that would interest.
All right, so I roll Edge. Yeah. I don't have any. I have nothing forward right now. Wow. Okay.
It's not as bad as you think. Just let me take a look at the move. 1 second.
That's it. I have it on my character sheet if you want.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll look at it there.
I think.
Thank you. 7 to 9, gain 1 hold during the mission. Spend 1 hold to invoke one of the following effects. 1 question, 1 forward, or find a piece of evidence that links this mission to a current story. Alright. So Azimuth sends you these pictures, right, Snitch? And from the pictures, like Azimuth and Guri wouldn't notice this, but you notice a piece of equipment in there that you know was used in a pretty big job recently, like just last week. And that has to do, so that is what will start your story clock and noise clock. It's
Okay.
like, yeah, you realize that this girl is involved in something a lot bigger than just a random hacking job. Because it was
I'm definitely going to let Azimuth know this is equipment that's a little bit bigger than what we would expect with Nami.
Okay, can I remove that equipment from the place?
Yeah, it is a little storage device. The thing that makes it special is that it's extremely expensive. It has the tags high capacity, high speed, and encrypted.
Okay. Oof. I don't like this. It's Helvix. But I take it up slowly, and oh yeah, I have these crime scene gloves. I put them on first,
Yeah, no problem.
and I have a crime scene bag, and I put it into this. It's not because I think there's evidence on it, just because I don't trust these kind of devices.
Yeah.
So they go off, and bad stuff comes down. So I put that in my coat. Unless Vix wants to take it, you can take it if you like. Do you want to?
Go ahead.
Do you want
If he
this,
doesn't,
do you want this dangerous piece of equipment?
I guess not. I put it in my coat pocket slowly. I would like to treat this scene as like a loot area and just roll edge to get gear for the mission if that's possible.
One second, because I think there was something else I had in mind for the report.
Okay.
Right, so the reporter, Snitch, It is possible for you to try and track this. Well, not so much track, but to kind of trace where you have seen this device before. So you would
Yeah,
have
well, I
to
think I probably have. I think I probably have files or have access to like ONNs
yes.
on this.
So
I think I would
yeah.
start looking through those and try to figure out exactly which news story or like what the connections are with this. I
Absolutely.
think that would probably be research.
Yeah, it would be. Unless you have like a reporter move that does something better than that, but it's research, yes.
Nothing reporter directly with this, but it is research, so I will research.
Oh, just barely.
Got the 7. Just barely.
Yeah.
Oh.
So at this point, you would be aware of the same video that you guys watched. You would be aware of that job now because ONN has some files on it. Now they will not know like what went into the mission beforehand, but you would know that happened. Like a strange ambulance came, high-ranking executive for that company was abducted and eventually returned. And okay, and so you ONN isn't really sure exactly what happened because the executive was abducted and then he was just dropped off at a hospital, and they couldn't really figure out like what exactly went on. But now that you know a hacker is involved, that does kind of give you a little bit of a heads up that something fishy was going on there, and you kind of have an idea of what direction the smell is going. So you get your intel, I believe it was you got, and what?
Yeah, and then I can ask a question.
Yeah.
I guess. Who or what is this? You said it was like a data storage device?
Yeah.
Or what? I don't know if that would really be good. Yeah, who or what is this device most valuable to?
Right, that's it. That's the question that advances you guys. This device was stolen a long while ago, and it was stolen by a certain organization called let's just call them Helix for now. So you know that
with the H, yeah. Helix with the H, yes.
Yeah, Helix with an H. They are involved in like jobs generally in the sense of the same kind of jobs you have, but they don't freelance. They are being sponsored by someone, and they are performing very targeted operations. It's like you can kind of think of them as a terrorist cell, but it's not random. They have a very specific thing that they are trying to accomplish, and you don't know what that is, but like you can see them going through steps, and like they're fulfilling some sort of procedure.
Are they basically like a company of fixers, or?
Think of them as the security department for a corporation.
It's like that private security firm in the Millennium stories.
Right, that's it. They would be a threat then. They wouldn't be. They're not like a full corporation. They're a group.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so now to the gear part. Is that possible?
Well, hang on. This probably won't work, but you don't know unless you try.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try opening up her computer.
Yeah, no problem. You can go ahead and do that. I think that would be research. Does that sound good to you guys, or would you think an assess fits better for it?
Will it be, if it's... I guess I'm trying to see if she has a password or that sort of thing.
That would be maybe some of the hacker moves. You can do them even if you don't have a
No.
cybernetic implant. It's at
Um,
-3, I think.
no, you can't. You need the move jack in to access the hacker moves. The negative that you are talking about is if you are not using your neural interface to operate the cyber deck.
Okay. We can discuss
Okay.
this, but there's no hacker moves now, at least.
No.
But just that could be anything. Act under pressure, or research, or assess. Each one, even any one of those would suit.
Yeah. Go ahead and act under pressure.
Okay.
Because there is a bit of a risk involved in this. You're trying to break into a hacker's computer, so like you're not exactly sure what's gonna happen here.
Do you want to borrow my gloves? Do you want to borrow my gloves?
At the very least, the
I would
risk
love to borrow your
is
gloves.
being like permanently locked out or something like that. But
Well, out of character, the risk is that she would have some sort of alarm or pre-programmed response procedure that if somebody breaks in, warn somebody else, that kind of thing.
Okay, so, before I start trying to break into this computer, I'm going to deploy a drone.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You have drones. You could have sent a drone in to just search the building, and you would have found which one. That's awesome. I'll have to remember that you have drones.
So this little drone, about the size of a large rat,
Yeah.
comes out of my sleeve, and it sets up a jamming field.
Okay, great.
And then I'm going to try to break into the computer.
All right, cool. No problem.
are you using the drone to jam the signal, or?
Yeah, she's using the drone to prevent the computer from communicating with anyone out on the outside, so that the computer can't snitch on you guys. Oh, cool! And you make it. So yeah, you're in because it did have a password, but
Maybe I'm hanging over her shoulder and breathing down her neck and assisting her. Like, don't press that button. That's not the right. And she,
yeah, I think what
because then
happens
she
is
might
that
be,
you
she might,
eventually. Yeah, sorry.
but she would get 10 maybe if I do that.
Oh, if
That's
you
why
do
I'm
an
saying that.
assist, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably do that because
Yeah.
that can.
Here goes. Yes. So she gets +1, and that's a 10 on that first roll.
Yes, they do. Yeah, yes, she does. But you are implicated in results of the other character's move. Okay, yeah, which is there are no implications because it's a 10, so you don't have to worry about any.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys get in, no problem. I think what happens is that the notebook, you eventually find where she wrote like a line or something, and she used that's a line that she uses for her password. So you get in, and there are details of the last job she is in. So you get some more information that again refers back to the last mission she was on, and she has been putting things in place. Like you can see, like one of her to-do list is a packing list, and you can see that she's preparing to be moved. Like they're going to move her. You know.
What was the date of this move? This move, was it in the future or?
This move will be tomorrow.
Oh.
So the move is going to be from the restaurant downstairs, Ma Cheng's. They're going to move her to a corporate building. which is going to be. I had it in mind earlier. Vision. No, it shouldn't be vision, should it? Yeah. Let's let it be vision. They're going to move her to Vision headquarters.
But she's okay with this.
It doesn't seem so. Like, what is happening here is that she was contracted for a series of jobs. It was about roughly 3 jobs in a row. So, Objective 1, they did that. Objective 2, they did that. Objective 3 was the one that you guys know about, which was completed. And she was supposed to be free to go. But they still insist that they wanted to go to Vision headquarters. They have been telling her that it's for a debriefing, but you can see from her notes that she's suspicious of them.
So, what I don't understand is if they're going to move her tomorrow, then she would have been free today to call her mother.
Exactly, and you guys are aware that she's not in her apartment, so they're holding her somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so she was supposed to be brought back here and then moved.
You guys can probably assume that she's probably being held in a room in the restaurant.
Okay.
The restaurant downstairs, or?
Yeah, the restaurant is downstairs.
Okay.
So,
one more thing. I would like to search her computer for references to Piper.
Sure. You would find the name Piper in her notebook. And, it's written in colorful ink. A little heart around it. And there's a drawing of him, and he's looking all, just now, I think I still have his sheet. Oh, crap. I think I deleted it. Crap. Alright, but yeah, so Piper is one of the operatives who, was on the mission that, was on step 3. And she kind of...
Was he also a hacker?
No, he was a soldier, if I remember. No, not a soldier. What was he? A killer. Yeah, he was a killer.
Okay.
But, he's around town.
He was prone to violence.
Yeah.
Okay. I would ask Snitch to maybe do some more research and try to find who these different rooms have been leased by. So maybe if we can see someone has a corporate or a organization has leased one of the rooms, then maybe that's the place we need to go to find her. She's probably in this building.
So we're talking about rooms other rooms in this building to see if they've been...
Yeah, we are quite sure she's being held in this building in another part of it.
Yeah.
So if it's another complete apartment, maybe there's some documentation somehow that it's been leased, some payments, some money trail. That's like most of the people are just paying from week to week what they earn, they pay for rent, right? But if someone's paid in advance and it's a strange transaction, that would be worth looking into.
Okay, so I kind of see outside in one of the company vans or something the whole time.
Yeah.
Being linked and doing research and stuff, but not in the building. I think when Azimuth kind of that maybe we should start looking into other rooms. She probably finds it to be a better idea to go in and start talking to people instead of just sitting in the car doing research, and it's much more her style to want to get in people's faces anyway. So
cool.
She gets out of the van and heads into the lobby of the building, Is there like a desk, like a leasing agent or something there, or?
Yeah.
So yeah, she just kind of like heads up. And she's just kind of looking around, trying to make it look like maybe she's looking around the apartment here or something. Looking around, and then goes up to the leasing agents and says, "So what kind of clientele do you have living here?"
So the leasing agent is he's a pretty greasy guy. It's like he has a smile 10 miles wide and slicked back hair. Like one eye is blue, one eye is pink, and he's rubbing his hands together. He so he says to you, well, oh, we have a wonderful clientele here. We have people from all over the sprawl and all levels of the sprawl investing in our little site project thing. And he says, are you with any are you representing anyone? I don't know the lingo for this. I'm not a salesman. Are you representing anyone willing to make a sizable investment in a lucrative deal here?
No, not at all. I'm actually kind of looking to do a bit of a profile, looking to do some story on some of the the living conditions of people that live in these areas, and really want to kind of try to prove the public's opinion of what's been going on around here.
Oh, okay. So like what he does now is he goes into like a pre-prepared spiel where he says we do not human living conditions are important to us. We do everything in our power to ensure that standards are maintained, blah 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 blah, and you can tell it's like a memorized speech.
Very canned, very feels like he's playing a recording more than he's talking.
Yes, yeah. So you can try to see if you can talk your way through that. So I think that you can monster him, or you can fast talk him, or some other similar thing.
I basically want to I kind of want to just ask him straight up, does anybody live here from but I don't know if I want to be that forward with it.
So like let's see, what can I suggest? What's a good way to go about this?
I'll say
you could pay him some money.
I'll do that if it comes down to it, I think.
Yeah,
but
good idea.
just go like come straight out with like, so I hear that this is a place where a lot of big time corporate bigwigs come when they're trying to do something that's a little bit bored or out of the ordinary or whatever, and you guys work with them to what they're doing. Maybe they're trying to hook up, maybe they're trying to do some kind of illegal drugs or I mean, obviously, like, a lot of drugs are probably legal in this world, but probably are still some that are like a bit too much and are actually illegal. So yeah, like I want to basically imply that this guy is like responsible out and helping them.
Oh, okay, right.
Hide their activities.
Right, so that's fast talk. So give me a roll on that, and let's see how this goes. Nice. No, you guys are rolling well. I haven't gotten to advance the clock yet. Damn you. Okay, fast.
Sneaky.
7 to 9. NPCs do it, but someone will find out. MC will advance the appropriate clock. Yeah, so he does get kind of scared, and what he says to you, he says that he tries to threaten you in return, but his threat actually just gives you more information, because he says that look, which corporation? Vision. Yeah, he says, look, Vision makes you think you can just come and poke around here. Vision makes a sizable investment in this place. They own and operate the restaurant downstairs, and if you think you can poke around and try to scare me, you're the one who should be scared of them. So I suggest you back off right now.
I want to get even more in his face and said, but you said that you guys have a pretty mild clientele here, and now you're telling me that you've got Vision, pockets of Vision. That doesn't really fly.
Do you think this would be monstering?
At this point, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm probably just like, that's probably not the only question. I'm probably just like torrenting him with questions, really trying to shove him into the corner and do all that. So.
All right. So give me that roll. Let's see what happens.
Could you link the move, combat?
Right here.
Thanks.
Basically, like I'm shoving normally it's probably like a microphone or something, but I'm shoving a mic in his face and just like asking him question after question after question.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like
try to like intimidate him.
Excellent.
I really like the reporter.
Yeah, the reporter is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so roll edge.
It takes some extra work to MC, but it's a lot of fun. Oh, and you rolled well again. That's a 10, right? Yeah,
that's 10.
They tell you the truth regardless of the consequences. Yeah, because this guy has no spine. Like, you said lease agent. He's not like a lease agent. He's just the guy who runs the front desk. He wants to be a lease agent. And, he's thinking that maybe there's a future in this.
Yeah, so that's probably one of my questions. Like, I'm probably like, anyway, you're not even a lease agent. Like, what do you even do here? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You're just a front desk flunky. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and eventually he just kind of curls up on a ball, like figuratively, and just says, look, I'm just working. I just do what they tell me. Look, they operate out of the restaurant, and they do their thing there, and they tell me to stay out and keep to my little corner here, and that's all I do. Look, they have their comings and goings down there. They don't come upstairs. They don't come to this part of it. I wasn't lying to you. It's like, we don't have that stuff up here. It's all in the restaurant. Like, just leave me alone, dude.
All right. I kind of back off and cross my arms and.
Yeah. And it's like,
give him one of those looks like, all right, whatever.
So we got the apartment number. That probably.
What it is that the restaurant itself downstairs, the restaurant takes up the ground floor. And the restaurant has back rooms that they use for their dealings.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's nothing else in the rooms, in the apartments or anything. Like, they don't really have anything to do with that. It's just some, like, back room or secret room in the restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
What is around the building? Or the restaurant? Is it part of a bigger building, or are there alleys around it, or streets, or what?
No, it's a small building. The building has like 2 apartments per floor. So it's not that big of a building. It's not like a skyscraper, really. It's more like, I don't know, how tall would this thing be? Like 13 floors or 14 floors or something. And the ground floor is the restaurant. The The restaurant itself, the public part of the restaurant, takes up about. So it's 2 apartments on each side, so it's 4 apartments. The restaurant takes up about 2 apartments space, and the back end is where the secret stuff happens. The back space that would be on another floor, that would be 2 more apartments. That is on the ground floor. It's inaccessible to the public. You know what it's like in the bar, in the dive bar, where the guy tried to hire you earlier. You remember that there was a hidden
Right.
door and you went down a hallway? That's what it's like.
Okay. I have some questions about the rules and the move I have. Well, the one I have with what was it called? On the trail.
Right.
Did I link it? Did I broadcast?
Okay.
There
you
we go.
go.
Okay, yeah. So I need one more intel,
Yeah.
and then I would know where the target is.
Yeah.
But now I know it almost anyway. So I don't know. So I'm thinking if I do one more assess, like go around the area and check it out,
I think
then I
what you
would
can
might
probably
get.
do, like what I
Sorry?
would suggest to you guys, is to have lunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then so, yeah, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, good idea. So let's go have a Chinese food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go down there.
Yeah. So there's a maitre d'. It's an older gentleman. He has like a
Oh,
visor.
before we do that, I put
Uh-huh.
this item we found, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm putting it in the car or something.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
going to
cool.
go with that into yeah. Also, in the end, could I use Nami's room as a like loot and just try to find a gear or something like that I can use later? I don't know. You might not allow it because you said it's like a hacker joint, so maybe she has something lying around. That can count as gear.
I would say yes, kind of. No, probably not. Because I
No.
don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you said. I don't think she would have anything that that you would be considered.
Oh yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, and there's no. Okay, I thought because my mistake. Let's move on. But anyway, I put that item.
Yeah.
Maybe Vix can take it into. You have a vehicle? What's your vehicle? Main vehicle? Vix, what's your main vehicle?
I will link it in the.
Oh, that was really robot sound. Could you repeat?
Yeah, we can't hear you, Guri. So
Oh yeah, Vix, your audio is giving you some problems there.
Okay.
I think if
So
she doesn't, it's She has a car.
Yes, do that. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to put it in there because that looks more secure than. You had a van, you said, Stitch?
The
Stitch?
corporate like ONN van. The only way it would be like it would be fairly indistinguishable. Like not, I mean, it wouldn't really stand out more than any other ONN van, and people probably see them fairly often and don't think much of them. So it would be safe in that regard. But there's nowhere to like lock it in other than locking it in the car.
Yeah.
So.
So I'm going to put it there.
Cool.
That device.
Yeah. So you guys go in and you guys there's a maitre d'. He has the AR and he directs you at a he gives you like a table number and taps something in midair on his AR and a waitress comes across and leads you guys to a table and there's the menu on the table just like I described it the other day where it's a laminated sheet of paper in laminated in plastic, but it's touch sensitive, so you just tap on what you want to have for lunch.
Okay, so I'm gonna order some fish.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. So you guys can do an assess here, but Guri, you
So
have the best
here,
chance of doing an assess with your drone.
but I suggest that I do the assess, and the other guys help me, because if I get one more intel, I can activate my move.
Yeah, you move.
On
Alright,
the
so yeah.
yeah. So if you agree,
Yeah, that's
so I'll roll edge, and you can help me if things go south. So
Yeah, and
so
I
I'm
think it's
just
basically
gonna.
just.
Hmm?
I was just
Okay.
going to say, I think it's basically just everybody looking around. I don't think there's really too much
Yeah,
more to the
yeah.
assess than that.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to the toilet and look at the fish in the tank and
yeah.
just look around. Yeah. Okay. Here comes. Okay.
Right.
So if someone helps me with links, I will get a 10.
The reason why I say Guri is suited to this is because
Mhm.
her drone can go through the air ducts and explore places where you guys are not allowed to go.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
probably.
true. But we could do it at that. It does that, but that just helps as my that's my help just
Yeah,
so that
yeah. So she would roll
she's
her
helping
help.
me with her
Yeah.
with her drone. So could you roll links with my character, Vix? Did we lost her? Guri, are you there?
Guri?
Maybe she's fixing the sound.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no help there then. What happens on a really bad stuff? What happened?
Yeah, it's bad. Okay, 1 second.
Bad, isn't it?
You are implicated in results of the other character's move and expose yourself to danger, retribution, and loss.
Okay.
Okay.
So if there's something bad happening, she's implicated. But if you also help me snitch by just walking around, then I will probably not have any bad stuff happen.
Snitch has cyber ears that mainly she uses to record audio for interviews and such, but they're also wide frequency, so she can use them to like listen further than you would normally be able to listen.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So she's gonna sit at the table just because she doesn't want to draw too much attention and use the cyber ears to try to like listen into various conversations.
Yeah, cool.
And that is thanks with Azimuth.
Nice. Okay, so no, not 7. He got 11.
11? Okay, right, yeah.
Yes, and that puts me to 10. So I roll 10 on my edge roll. No, on my assess roll, which gives me one more intel, which will then activate the other move. So I know where she is, and what was that? She was at a disadvantage.
Alright, so where she is, it's a
Yes.
it's a specific room at the back of the building, and you know she's there, you know exactly she's there, and she is being loaded into a van.
She's being loading into van right now.
Right now. This is the convoy. No,
Wasn't it tomorrow it was going to happen?
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be tomorrow, but apparently it's right now.
Okay.
No, yeah. So like oh yeah, it was. I think I got two missions mixed up there, but this one is today.
No,
This is today, and it's happening right now. Okay,
Yeah.
so we moving into the action phase then, maybe?
Yeah, yeah. So this is the action phase.
Okay. That was
You guys mark one
extreme.
XP because you have found her. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So you know she's there and she is Guri. Everything is fine because we had another because Snitch helped as well, so it didn't turn out too bad. So you didn't lose your drone or anything because that's something that could have happened. You could have lost your
Yeah.
drone.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just pay for this stuff and get out of here.
Yeah, no problem. So you guys pay up because they're loading her into the van, and at this point her suspicions are rising. Snitch, you would hear her start to protest louder and louder as she realizes that they're not even listening to her; they're just bundling her into the van. It's like there's a term for it, kind of like a SWAT van. So it's a van and it's there's a an SUV in front, and she's in the van in back. And there's a couple of guys in the van with her, and the driver, and in the SUV in front, there's two guys.
There's two vans? There's
Okay.
two vehicles? Sorry? One vehicle or two vehicles?
There's two vehicles. One is a van similar to the ONN van. The other one is an SUV. It's a small SUV.
Okay, so I think we should get into Vix's supercar
Yeah,
and
because this is you
get
guys are
them
gonna
track
have
them
to.
down.
Yeah, you guys are.
Yeah.
These guys are about to move. You guys are gonna have to catch up to them. It's not a
Yes.
difficult thing to track them, because you know what the vehicles look like. You know where they are.
Mm.
You know where they're headed. So it's like you know where you can catch up to them. So how does
Okay.
this play out? What do you guys?
So some more metagamey. I at the start of a action phase, I get the intel and gear.
Yeah.
So I get that just as something else. And we just run to this. What's the name of the car? The Chevron Interceptor. Yeah, we're getting into this Interceptor. Yeah. So yeah, just running towards it, and I'm strapping in my. Does it have a hatch on top? You can open the top, maybe.
No.
No. Okay. So how are you with? I know this, but how is Snitch with weapons?
With what?
Weapons.
Are you a good
Shooting.
shot?
Doesn't really use weapons too much. She has a taser that she
Okay.
uses, and it's pretty much just for self-defense.
So I'm gonna take. I'm gonna. I call it shotgun because I'm gonna use the gun. So yeah. Okay.
Nice.
How many seats are in this car? For all three of us?
I'm not sure exactly how many seats. It is pretty cramped though.
Well, I mean, I'd say there's a like a small back seat. You know, like how convertibles have a real small back seat. But you guys can get in.
Yeah. Snitch is
I'll jump
a thin little girl, little lady.
Yeah.
This isn't huge, so yeah, she'll jump in the back.
Okay. Okay. Now it's up to you, Vix.
Okay, so I take off after this guy.
All right. So when you catch up to this guy, how are you going to go about this? Because I believe the objective here is just to get Nami from them. So talk this out with me. Let me hear like what is the plan exactly.
Okay, so I'll go over this with actually the other operatives.
Yeah.
So I will use one of my intel to find out about the van's make and model and specific what's it called, vulnerability So maybe it's like the back axle doesn't turn in with something. I don't know what, but something that that VIX can use to force it into some kind of situation where its vulnerability cause it to break down.
Okay, no problem. So
So she
let's
gets +1 2 rolls against the van,
right.
and you can tell me what that actual vulnerability is, or I can make it up something.
All right. So Vix, roll to act under pressure for me. So you are in your vehicle, which gives you some bonuses as well. So don't forget those. Right. Excellent.
12.
Yeah. So these vehicles, they don't they have a lot of power, but they don't have a lot of top speed. They can't turn very quickly. So what you are able to do is when they are going to take the on ramp to hit the freeway, you are able to head them off. And so they miss the off ramp and they have to they are aware of you now. So they are trying to evade and they are heading into the seedier part of town. There's a lot of tight corners in there. So they can't go as quickly as they would have been if they had hit the freeway. And they are off their path, so they won't get to vision anytime soon. So you guys are able to they are moving slower, so you can pull alongside them, that kind of thing. And what happens next? How do you go breach the van?
So does the vehicle
Okay.
have weapons?
They
Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the vehicle has machine guns. I'd like to pull up in front and try to disable the lead vehicle
okay, no
with a burst
problem.
of machine gun fire at the wheels.
Okay, all right, no problem. So
So I want to separate the lead vehicle from the
from the convoy.
transport.
Should this be meat? Yeah. Yeah, you're engaging with a weapon. So let's do mix it up.
Okay, rolling.
Yeah. Nice. So you have to choose two from the list to mix it up.
Okay, just a second.
Also, I'll say after I got in the car
Uh-huh.
and before we started driving, I grabbed the storage device and just to kind of keep it
Yeah, no problem.
roll out of the car if we roll over or something.
Okay, so they don't go down as easy as I'd like, and they return fire on us. And so some of our vehicle gets damaged, and we make a lot of noise.
All right, no problem. That's great. So make too much noise. We are in the mission phase, by the way, so the mission clock will go up. Something of value breaks. I don't want to immobilize the car. I don't want that to happen. So something on the car would break, which would probably be the machine gun. Now this can be repaired, but for now, you guys won't be able to use the machine gun on the car.
Okay.
All right, so give me one second.
But we did manage to take out, or at least to take out its tires.
Yeah, so now the
It works. All right. Yes. You did manage to take out the lead vehicle's tires. It lost control, skidded to a stop, and the van behind skidded to a stop as well. So right now the two vehicles are stopped.
Oh no, that was not good. We wanted to separate them.
Well, the one in front got stopped, so the one in the back would have.
Vix, didn't you say that you wanted to separate them? I don't remember. Did you say that?
Yeah, but I think
Because
the description is
if
reasonable.
if that was the goal of your role, then you achieved that. You wanted to separate them.
Okay, well,
That's
I
what you
assume
achieved.
if
It's
that's
okay.
the case, I assume if that's the case, then I assume you would probably head them off into a side alley, so it's like you make them crash into a side alley basically. So they would be taken care of, and the only one that's left on the main pathway would be the van in the back.
Yes. So you could try to like bump into it or push it off the road or something.
Well,
Or I could try
it'll
to
be gone.
shoot.
It'll be gone.
Which one?
Yeah. So because the van in the back is the one that has the important thing, which is the girl. So they don't care about the van in front. They don't care about the
No.
SUV. So if the SUV
Yes.
goes off the road, the van in the back will not stay.
Right.
Right. So
So-
now it's just the van.
Yeah, and we're following it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you
So
guys
we
have
could
lost you guys have lost the mounted machine gun, at least for now.
mount the machine. Yes.
Yeah.
So I can shoot it
Mhm.
with my gun, or
Yeah.
you could just drive this car into them,
Right.
like push it off the road.
Yes, you can do that.
Why not both?
So which one do you think is best? I have no idea. I also have a gear. If someone thinks of something cool to make the gear, like
I have an
we could
idea,
make
but I don't want to make it too easy for you guys.
no, okay, don't tell us. So, okay, but it's gonna go going fast here. So I'm gonna try to shoot the engine area of the van.
All right. So you want to shut it down, or you want to slow it down, or what do you want to do?
Immobilize. That's the
Okay.
goal of my shooting thing.
All right. So
What
you
it
want to
is called roll. It's meat. At least I know
Yeah.
it's meat.
Yeah.
Mix it up. I'm gonna mix it up.
All right.
Shoot the something. I don't know exactly what. I'm not good at engineering, but it's
Okay.
gonna immobilize the van.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have these cyber chips, and they give me +1 to shooting. So firearms.
Okay.
Let me see.
Can I help by pulling up and holding steady alongside?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely that would be a good link roll if we need it.
Ooh.
What we got?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So
Nice.
yeah,
Oh, man.
Azimuth, he knows his stuff,
Yeah.
even though I don't. So let me see. Mix it up. You achieve your objective,
Yeah.
and there's no bad. So I shoot the engine area somewhere, and I hit some vital part, and it steam's coming out of the front of the van.
Yeah.
And
you hit the crankcase. That's connected to the transmission, and some gears lock up, and the two front wheels just lock up and skid to a stop, and smoke starts coming out of the engine area.
awesome.
Yeah. All right, so this van is stopped right now.
Okay.
There's 3 guys inside of there now. The driver is the one who could probably do anything at all. He's gonna return fire. He has a pistol, machine pistol, I think it's called. That's 2 harm. Who gets shot? If you guys are on alongside, who's in the back seat?
E.
Yeah. All right. So this is 2 harm. So does that subtract your armor from that and apply harm, and roll. There's a harm roll that you do.
Armor. Or armor.
Yeah.
Armor. We'll roll harm.
Okay, the car has 2 armor as well.
Yeah. So he would not get like he would not mark harm because the armor absorbs it, but he still rolls the harm move, and that is a 9. So you have a choice to make here.
Yeah, and that is, let me see. Footing, lose my grip, lose track of something.
You could lose. Maybe that device flies out the window.
I think I want to see what he does when someone gets the drop on you. So I'm going to choose that one.
All right. So someone gets to drop on you, and you guys you duck down because the it's a protected vehicle, but you still don't want to take that chance. And you duck down, you lose sight of this guy, and you hear like a little noise and a little shouting from the other side of the car, because while the driver has been shooting at you from the driver's seat, the back door of the van has opened up, and the guys in the back have come out. They've hopped out and they've come around, and they are wielding assault rifles. How much harm? I think it's 3. 3. I believe it's 3. Yeah, that doesn't.
Are they wearing like any kind of uniform or anything that distinguishes them, or are they just
tactical style? There's no insignias on it, because they are trying to be
normal clothes?
Yeah, they are.
So I tell Vixen, Vix, drive them over.
So there will be some harm here.
Back over them.
Okay, so as these guys are getting out, the vehicle is slowing down, right?
The vehicle is stopped. You guys have stopped the vehicle.
The van is stopped because I'm immobilized it with the shot.
Yeah.
So it's stopped.
Yeah. So it stopped, and these guys are
and 2 guys are getting out the back. And I suggest
which is why
back over them.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, yes.
That's why they were shooting at the back of your vehicle, because they stopped, and I assume you probably would have ruled forward a little bit. So whoever's in the back seat would. Did you duck, or were you?
Yeah.
Shot? Then what would happen?
I don't know if you heard me ask. Any kind of distinguishing, like, I mean, maybe I don't see this now, but maybe I saw it beforehand. Are they wearing any kind of uniform or anything like that, or are they just wearing plain clothes?
No, it is a uniform, but it just doesn't have an insignia on it. It's just black tactical gear.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright? So someone in the vehicle takes 3 harm.
Oh, because of the guys that came out?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just do... Either you choose or just do random who it is.
I'm gonna make him choose.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Because if you ducked, someone else is gonna get hit instead. Or you can take the harm.
Yeah. Definitely ducked. I think...
Not even a half second. It's like, no, I ducked.
I think... like, all of us probably ducked, but then Azimuth saying something to Vix about backing up probably made her get up and start looking out the back window, getting ready to back over these guys instead of just doing it blindly.
Yeah.
So sorry, Vix, but...
Yeah, it makes sense too. You shoot at a car, you want to take out the driver as well. So, Vix, you take 3 harm. You deduct armor from that, but regardless, you still roll the harm roll.
Yes, so the car had 2 armor, so 1 harm gets through the car at least.
Okay,
and
so
do you have armor?
2d6 plus 1.
Yes, you take first 1 harm, but do you have armor yourself?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Are you
So
sure?
yeah,
I
there's
thought
two this.
pretty much everybody has something.
Like, I have an option that I can take for armor, but I did not take that
Ooh,
option.
awesome! That's really good. +1, so that's a 5. Still really good.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
best
So you're
thing.
good. So nothing happens to you, Guri. You
Nothing
are good.
happens. Yeah, you do take that one harm though.
Yeah, yeah, just the one harm.
Okay, so now
Okay,
I'm
and
going to.
does that advance my clock?
On your sheet, there's a harm clock. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not serious. It's just like you get grazed or something.
Bleeding a little bit.
Yeah. So do you do the reverse?
So I'm going to spin the car around in place and drive over the.
Oh,
Drive over.
nice. All right, give me a mix.
Also,
I didn't hear you.
Mix it up. With your vehicle bonus, of course. Okay, not bad at all. What are the options there?
I think
you make too
a way
much
that I can
noise.
tell.
Advance the relevant mission clock. You take harm as established by the fiction. An ally takes harm as established by the fiction. Something of value breaks. So I think we should advance the mission clock because yeah, we're in the mission phase, and well, it's up to you. I'm just suggesting, and maybe that something of value breaks. Who chooses that something? Is it the...
Let's shoot Azimuth.
that could be a solution? Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
too
I
much
take
noise
harm.
makes sense, and I think so makes sense.
All right, so mission clock goes up. Azimuth, you get 3 harm, so it's the same scenario.
Yes, I have some armor though. I don't sure how it works. Here it comes. Armored clothing, 0 armor. Subtract 1 when rolling the harm move. Okay, so I still take 1 harmer.
Yeah.
Well, 1 harmer.
Yeah.
1 harm. That was the harm, and now I roll 2d6 plus 0 then, because
Yes.
it was 1 harm and I subtract 1. Yes.
Yes.
One moment. Oh, that's good. That's good. Nothing
Yeah,
happens.
that's good.
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
That is good. That is very good.
Okay, so one of the guys, while they've been run over, they
Yeah.
shoot through the window and
Yeah, there's no way
and
this guy
hits
can
me.
stand up to be run over by a vehicle, so he's down. He's not
gone, yeah.
he's not going to be shooting at you guys anymore.
So now we're probably at the back end of the van, and
yeah,
it's open.
Yeah, the
So
back
I
end
get
of the
out.
van is open.
And I get out
Yeah,
now, and I look
I'm jumping
inside.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Wanna
looking
start-
inside the van.
All right. So what you see in the back
Recording
of
with
the
my
van,
glasses.
yeah, is the one remaining guy. There's only one guy left, and he's in the back of the van, and he's holding Nami in front of him, and he has a gun to her head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm recording audio and video now. Actually,
Nice.
in fact, I just want to go live.
There's a
Record
role for that, isn't there?
showing. I want to record showing this guy with a gun to this girl's head.
I think you should get something for that. So look at the news first story rule and tell me if that applies here. If there's anything that you can rule here.
Okay.
We've called live and on the air,
Yeah.
which is pretty much this.
Right. Good.
I don't think really
you have
applies,
that move, right?
but-
Did you choose that one?
Yeah, here's live and on the air. That's one that I always get.
Okay,
Get
right,
news
nice.
for a reporter.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me that roll.
Okay, good.
Ooh,
Very good.
look at that.
So I think what happens here is that you advance your story clock. Is that it?
I don't think so. So 10 plus, I get the shot I want, which is just me like looking right at this
okay.
guy.
So it's not
and
directly
then-
connected in the sense of it doesn't mandate that you get to advance your story clock, but because of this particular scenario, it does apply to the particular story. So you do advance your story clock, which is good. Is a good thing. You want to get your story clock to the end.
Okay.
And I'm basically
So-
just going live saying like I'm here at the scene in a hostage situation.
Yeah.
Under the
So
floor.
Sorry.
That's pretty much it.
So this guy is going to he's going to realize that you are streaming, and of course there's nothing he can really do about that now, because even if he shoots you dead, it's like this is still live. So I mean he can see the blinking red light or whatever you have. And how does that look like? Do you have like a drone, a camera drone or something that you use, or is it a?
No, I have glasses that record audio and then that record video, and then my cyber ears to record and stream audio.
Nice. All right. Good. Yeah. Yeah. So he's aware that you are on. And what would he do here? I don't think he has many options here. So it's like you guys see behind you. What did you do to the car in the back? You ran it off the road, right? So behind you, the car in the back, you see it screeching up, and he lets the girl go, and he runs out the van. So the van is it's like one of those. It's like the A-Team van, where you have the doors open in the back where you guys are, but the side doors can also slide.
Okay.
Yes. So he lets the girl go, and he runs out the side door, and goes to jump into the SUV to escape. Basically, do you guys do anything when you see that happening?
We get the girl and put her in the car.
All right. Cool.
I'm gonna pretty much tell Vic straight ahead to jump in the car. This guy, while I assume Azimuth and I escort Nami into the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in the car.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
And then, never mind. I was gonna say I jump in the van and start driving it, but that's not gonna work. So.
Well, the van has been immobilized, so the van isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Gonna help.
Yeah. So these guys, they do get away, but you guys do have Nami, and Nami is safe with you guys now. You guys can now mark 1 XP.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to let the guys get away.
Right. So tell me, like, what would you how would you go about that?
So I mean, we can definitely have. If we can have Vix chase them for a time, one thing I would want to do is call in help from the helicopter pilot. Pick me up, and we can use that to help chase them down. But the first thing I actually want to do, maybe it plays out like I tell Vix to go chase after them, and Azimuth go with them, and I'll catch up the front of this van and see if I can't find anything in it. Any kind
What
of.
if I just deploy my drone?
Sorry, Vix?
What if I just deploy the drone?
Yeah.
The drone. What does the other drone do?
So, my small drone just has video and jamming equipment. The medium drone has guns.
No problem at all. you can deploy the drone, whichever drone is faster. Because
The small drone.
yeah, these guys are kind of booking it. I don't know if the smaller drone can keep up with the vehicle. Whichever drone is faster, yeah, you can go ahead and deploy that one. That's no problem. Give me a act under pressure. But before you do that, so describe to me, because you mentioned the guns. Do you want to engage with them or do you want to follow them?
So I'm going to send the small drone,
Okay, no problem.
and it's going to jam their transmissions and follow them.
Okay,
And it
great.
does have the fast strength.
Alright, good, no problem. So give me an act under pressure. Wow.
Nice.
Awesome.
Alright, so here's how this is going to play out. Your drone is able to keep up with them, no problem. They don't even really realize that they are being followed because they are just kind of concerned with, you know, the mission is a failure, so just scrub everything and they are bugging out. You follow them to a location. It's not the location where they were headed, by the way. They don't go to Vision. They go to another building in the seedier part of town because you always have a plan B. And it's probably about 3 stories brick building, kind of like a warehouse type building from the outside. As they approach the building, your signal from your drone starts to get interrupted. Now, what is happening is that building has its own jamming frequency. So what is going to happen is, if you have a choice to make here, you can recall your drone. You are certain that this is where they are. So it's no problem that you guys can come here later on and catch up to them and investigate. You can recall your drone now and bring it back to you, or you can let the drone stay with them, but you will lose all contact with that drone until you physically go and find it anymore again.
I'll recall the drone.
Yeah. So you guys did well. You got some information. You know where they are now, because that's their base, and they don't know that you follow them there. So they aren't going to bug out from there for a while.
So I ask Nami, is this really your mother? This lady?
And you know, she sees the picture. What do you show her? Do you show her a picture or something, or do you
Well, I have a name, and yeah, I have a name. I actually didn't take her picture, so but if she describes the mother to me, I can say if it was her.
Yeah, she describes the mother. It is her mother, and she kind of like she kind of starts to cry a little bit because, you know, it's this, you know, it's tears of relief and happy surprise, because, you know, it's like,
Okay.
yeah, she's heartwarmed to know that her mother, you know, didn't give up. Like her mother cared enough to actually send people after her. You know, that's not something you see every day. So she's you know, she's crying and happy and so on. And she's thankful.
So you have to lay low. They're gonna get to your mother also. You have to, I don't know. You have this this friend, I think, Piper.
Yeah.
Maybe he can help you to lay low for a while. I don't know.
Yeah, and she says, yeah, of course, absolutely. I don't want anything more to do with these guys. They I don't know what was gonna happen there. I'm just so glad that you guys got me out of that van.
Okay. Before we leave the scene, I would like to collect some loot and information.
All right, no
So
problem.
like buckets and so on.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to search the van also.
All right, so you guys can both do assess for me, or research, whatever suits your purposes.
I can help if you need.
I think it would be assess because you're searching a van.
Actually, I would not leave Nami's side. So I will stay in the car with her.
Yeah. All right, good. So you guys have, I think you get hold, you get gear, intel, that kind of thing. The gear and intel are not
That
persistent.
disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go away. But information about the story could be interesting to have.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, all right. Let's the reporter. First of all, what do you choose? Like, what are your options? Snitch.
So before I do anything here, I have communications equipment, encrypted communications equipment.
Uh huh.
Does that count for being able to like look up, like basically I want to send the picture of this guy's face, quarters, and like see if he's in any kind of database or anything, and try to get some kind of ID on him.
No
Not
problem.
sure like I'm not sure if I should like spend my intel to do that, or if I can spend my intel to make that like a better result.
What that would involve is that you would have to go to a contact and do a hit the streets to chase down that lead.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. So what we can do is we can uh pursue this in the next mission. Like we can make the next
Okay.
mission about pursuing this group.
All right, so we'll resolve the assess as far as just searching this van then.
Yeah. So like if you want to use the question, use the three hold that you get for either questions or what else do you get that for? Yeah, I think it's just questions.
All just shared among all of us.
Yeah, sure. Well, I think both of you got three hold.
No, I think
Okay.
Snitch got 0.
Did she?
I think you rolled really bad on that.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was supposed to roll. So
Oh,
assess is
Guri rolled
edge.
twice. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got
Edge.
I got 3 hold with my what was it
Yeah, I
called?
get 3 hold also.
Fits. Okay, so awesome.
Okay, I do want to ask some questions.
Uh huh.
So I'd like to know, what do I notice despite an effort to conceal it? And who is in control here?
Okay. So.
And so go ahead.
Oh, right. So in terms of who's in control here, that's easy because you guys find something that ties this van to Helix. Now, let me see if I can give you something. Right. So remember that I said the uniforms had no badges or no insignias on them.
Hmm?
Right. The uniforms used to have an insignia, but the guys tore off the badges before this mission. They were supposed to throw them away, but one of them ended up falling underneath the mattress in the van and he found it. So you are aware that this van and these people are with Helix, which is a security subsidiary of Vision.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm?
Okay.
Right. And what was your other question?
So the third question would be, what complication do I need to be wary of?
Right. The complication is that you did your mission, you saved this girl, but you interrupted their mission. So that is going to have its complications where whatever they had in mind or whatever their objective was, they are going to either continue trying to fulfill that or try to rectify what you caused to derail it. So you guys are probably going to have some fallout from this later on. And I think you had one more question.
I think that's
Yeah,
it.
but we don't have anything to ask. So,
Okay,
but I do
yeah.
have one more hold. Yeah, I do have one more hold.
All right, no problem. Well, let's do the get paid, because depending on getting paid, depending on the results of that role, sometimes stuff happens after, and at which point you can still use whatever hold and gear and so on.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So I
so
have
you
one
guys,
hold still. Yeah.
Okay.
so you guys do still have this to meet up with the mother and get paid, and you guys are still going to have to be aware of whether Helix has caught up to you at that point. So keep your eyes sharp.
What was the legwork clock at after that phase? Because I think we were still having issues with Roll20 working.
I don't think it advanced at all.
No, you guys
The
didn't.
legwork.
There was nothing
We
to
were
advance
very
the
sneaky.
legwork clock. Yeah, you guys rolled really
Did the
well.
investigation, but we didn't necessarily advance the clock. Got it.
Yeah. Like the
Yeah.
clocks advance when you miss, so 6 or less, and you guys didn't have any of that.
Okay. So who's gonna go? Maybe we go. Everyone goes to deliver the girl, the young lady,
Well,
to
you
her
have
mother.
Azimuth. You have the mother's number, so you would have to contact her and let her know, and you can probably arrange a meeting wherever you feel is comfortable to do
Yeah.
that.
So I first talked to the group. Well, Nami would need to go undercover. I mean, go hide. So maybe we should drive her to some place and then tell her mother to go there also. Would that be a way to do it?
Yeah, up to you guys. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's the best idea is have her mother meet there, and her mother can go into hiding as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we maybe now Nami has somewhere she can hide, and then we take her there.
She's going to
And
directly to
then
Piper's apartment, because
Pop is on.
yeah,
Okay.
Piper is a killer, so Piper can look after himself. So she knows that she'll be safe
Okay.
with him.
Yeah, but does she know that it wasn't Piper that ratted her out, that put her in that situation
Yeah,
with
because
the
the situation
Felix
she's
guys?
in started about 3 missions ago, so he wasn't even involved
Okay.
at that point.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he's secure. So we go to Piper, and well, she knocks on the door, and we.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
knocks
What
on the
happens
door.
then?
It's kind of a comical scene, you know. It's kind of funny to look at, because she knocks on the door and he opens the door, and he's looking very closely at you guys, and you guys talk for a little while and when he's sure that you guys are safe, it's like you guys were worried about him being a issue. He was worried
Yeah.
about you guys being an issue, and when he's sure that you guys are safe, then you realize that there were 2 other people hiding. they finally come out and shake hands.
Okay. Cool.
These were the 3 people who did the mission last week. So
Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, I introduced myself.
yeah.
I'm Azimuth.
Yeah, they
This
shake your hand. Piper's
and
pretty
Vix.
glad to meet you. Like, you guys would have heard of them just in passing. You would have been aware of them because they are operatives too, and they also do jobs here in the Sprawl,
Okay.
and so on. And they would have heard of you and so on. Vix, their driver is, I forgot his name, is Giol or Giale or something. He's really glad to meet you because you guys have competed in some races and thing already. So he's happy to meet you. The other guy is an infiltrator. Snitch, this guy is going to be one of your contacts. His name is Mike. So, like, in future, you can he's someone you can probably go to get information or to get into somewhere or that kind of thing. He's an infiltrator.
What did you say his name was?
Huh? Sorry?
What was his name?
Pipe?
Mike. Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
So do I get Piper as contact me?
Yeah, you get Piper as a contact.
What's his what's he? He's a
He's a killer.
killer. Ah, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things and gets what he wants.
Yeah. He's kind of like you in that he doesn't. He's not an indiscriminate killer. So you
Okay,
guys would get
good.
along actually. Like meta wise, he's the same thing. So you
Okay,
guys would
cool.
do well. Vix, I will get the name of that. His name is in the recording. I can't remember it offhand because it was a strange name. But he's a good driver as well.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are met the contacts. Nami is safe. Nami will stay with Piper, and
Okay,
Piper's
cool.
friends will kind of help secure the area a little bit. So they're good.
Okay. So we just ask her mother to come here then,
Yeah.
if she's safe here.
Yeah. So her mother is like
yes.
Screaming, constant stream of talking because she's so excited and she was.
We were
so
actually
anxious all the time.
we're gonna meet her in another place and bring her here,
Yeah.
so we can be certain she's not being followed.
Yeah.
So we meet her at like a mall,
Yeah.
just a big mall
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. All right. So she comes and she's she's really excited. Like even when you told her to come here on the phone call is what I meant, that she was like talking a mile a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she's so excited and she's so hopeful. She's at the mall. She's been there earlier than the meeting time and looking around anxiously and she sees you guys and it's like where is she? Is she safe? Is she safe? Thank you so much, and this kind of thing. So what
Yeah,
do you?
we need to keep quiet, Mrs. Charleston.
Yeah.
We're going to take her to her, and then I try to assess if we're being followed or she has been followed.
Well, let's do the get paid because I think like what would happen
No,
is
okay, yeah,
because
yeah.
get paid is what tells you if there is a
Yeah,
competition.
that's true. Okay, so
So like she would go
I
with you to
roll
the
it.
car, and in the car is where she would want to be handing you the money.
Okay, so I roll it. Anyone can do it. It's not a skill based.
Can do it, yeah.
So it's
Go
plus
ahead.
6, 2d6 plus 6, then, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
Wow.
like we know that you guys are gonna pass this, so this is just role playing, really.
I'm sure this game does not normally go this well.
No, it does not normally go this well. Absolutely not.
So,
Yeah. Okay, I'll do it then if it's okay with you guys.
Yeah, just for kicks.
The one that got the job. You if it goes bad.
Okay, so yeah, that's quite
good.
good. That's the it went good. So I have to choose 3 from getting paid.
Yeah.
So the meeting doesn't attract attention. It's not an ambush.
I'm going to say that.
And then
I'm going to say that you guys
Yes.
are going to be paid in full and the employer is identifiable. So those things are covered already. So it's like you don't even have to worry about those.
Oh, okay, good.
So you guys
So
get everything.
and then it's the other 3 that's left then. So it's not the ambush. The meeting doesn't attract attention, and you learn something. So we get 1 extra experience point.
Correct. So you
So
guys
that's
will mark
awesome.
all your XP and
So we get 6 XP because 2 from the job and 1 extra.
Yeah. So you guys have done well on XP. You've done well on cred as well. Everybody gets your amount.
Oh yeah. So I set 2 aside, so I get 4 back.
Correct. Snitch gets 2. Fix gets 4. And you guys take her to the hideout, and it's it's a really warm reunion because the mother has been talking to Nami regularly, but the mother hasn't seen Nami in a long time since Nami came into the city to start doing work. And so this is a reunion. They haven't seen each other in like a year or something, I would say. And they start crying and talking a mile a minute, and Piper just kind of pushes them into a side room and closes the door, and it's like, oh, he knows that that's going to be a 3-hour conversation, so he just goes to make coffee or something. So you guys
Okay.
are good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whoever got shot, you don't have to worry about it because by the time we do next mission, you would have healed up already. So that doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
And
about
mission,
the what about the machine gun? That
Right. The machine gun
Right.
will cost 1 cred to repair. So you guys can be nice and pay for the spare parts and so on. Or
but it's
it's
one
good
kid. We can't split 1 cred up.
No, you can't.
So-
split 1 cred.
So we could write it down as like group costs, and then we split it
Someone has-
later on.
Someone has to
But
pay for it, so,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's
So you
nice.
pay for it yourself, Fix?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so
Um,
you just remember
what
to
about-
that and it'll be repaired.
Yes. So directives. I have had non-directives activate. Actually, I have had them activate, but they were not in. They did not
Oh.
hinder. They did not hinder the mission. So I
right,
did.
yeah,
That my directives were aligned with the mission, so I do not
Yeah.
get XP for it.
So like what in terms of the directives, you guys feel free to remind me about them in terms of depending on the scene, you guys always make sure to look for opportunities to bring your directives into play. And you just let me know and I'll say sure, and you just role play it out a couple of sentences. You tell me how you role play it and you mark XP.
Okay. But also, it could be a good idea for you to look at our directives because
Yeah.
that's like what we want to experience.
Yeah,
So I think
I'll
I can
go
actually
over those. And
Well, I'm
and
gonna just
something.
broadcast them here.
Yeah.
So that's mine. And it's quite obvious what kind of directives he has. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
But they were actually
it's gonna be a little difficult to because of the fact that most of your missions now are going to be compassionate. That's gonna be a little tricky, but we'll see what we can do.
yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. I understand the complexity.
Stick it to the man. Hearing to your code in this mission. Okay, yeah, that could work as well. Alright, yeah.
So I
think-
just want to sabotage the corpse. The
Yeah.
mega corpse. I just want them to, yeah.
I think you guys are going to be doing that because when you guys tangle with Helix, that is what you are going to be doing.
Okay. So actually, none of my directives will come up to play, but that's fine with me.
No,
I mean,
it will.
maybe I look at.
It will. When you tangle with Helix,
Okay.
your behavioral directive is going to come into play.
Yeah, but I only get the experience if it comes into play and it hinders the mission.
Oh,
If
that's
the
right.
mission is about fucking up with vision or something, then I don't get extra. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take a look at my directive, see if it's something I can move a little bit. But I
If
like him as he is.
If you
So
want
I
to
don't.
change it, you are allowed. You can do that. So that's
Yeah.
also an option.
I'll take a look.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
Same goes for you guys. You can adjust this once. you guys can adjust anything you want to on your sheets.
Okay.
Alright, so I believe that brings us to the end of the mission. I'm going to end the recording here. Recording ends now.